Mr. President.
Senator Ruston.
Thank you very much, Mr. President. Well, many people come through this place who've made really significant contributions to the lives of many Australians. But my special guest today takes the whole meaning of the word special to a whole new level. Today, my special guest was Odie. Odie has dedicated almost all of his life to being Chris's companion. He goes to work with him, he travels with him, he sleeps by his bed. In fact, Odie is Chris's eyes, for Chris is blind and Odie is his seeing eye dog. He was today the headline act in our Pups in Parliament event that showcased the amazing work of Vision Australia. Today, Vision Australia's CEO, Ron Houghton, Chris Edwards, Odie, Olga, Dory and Bingo, I think his name was, joined us here in Parliament House. And Chris really kindly let all of us have an opportunity to spend some time with Odie while he explained to us the importance of seeing eye dogs across the country and tried to share with us the process of education around some of the issues that he and Odie have faced about accessibility issues while they've been trying to do their job. Vision Australia supports more than 25,500 people of all ages and circumstances since its inception in 1960. The Seeing Eye Dog Division of Vision Australia has been a client-driven organisation. Their training is entirely one-on-one and they make sure that it's not based on a set training approach but making sure that they're reflecting the needs of the person, their clients, and matching the right personality of dog to the right personality of person. And the role and mission of Seeing Eye Dogs is to enhance the mobility and the independence of people who are blind or have low vision by providing dogs mobility training and rehabilitation services. But despite the fact, I think absolutely everybody who was delighted to meet Odie today, and they would never have thought that Odie and Chris would have problems in accessibility, they do face some really significant barriers, as Odie and Chris and many other Australians who live with blindness or low vision and their dogs face as they go about their day-to-day lives. Access for seeing eye dogs is enshrined in law, in the Domestic Animals and Disability Discrimination Act, but unfortunately it is all too common to find situations where people, blind people or vision-impaired people with their seeing eye dogs, are denied access to public spaces. According to Chris, restaurants and movie theatres are probably the main culprit, but taxis and ride shares like Uber are also they find themselves denied access. That's not to say that all restaurants and theatres or all taxis and Uber rides or share rides deny access to seeing eye dogs, and we thank every single one of those that do, because that's the right thing to do. In fact, you have to by law. This is a systematic issue, though, unfortunately, but we hope through education and raising awareness, and hopefully when everybody sees the fact that Odie sat in this chamber today, in, well, I like to think the highest chamber in the land, I like to think the Senate is the place of the elite space in this parliament, it demonstrates that we need to have an inclusive society for everybody, no matter what, whether they live with disability or not, and we need to make sure that we educate the public about making sure life for people who live with blindness is as close as it possibly can be as to the same as people who don't. And we need to recognise and fully understand the rights of people who live with disability, the rights that are granted to them by law. So we are absolutely committed to an inclusive society where people with disability can fully participate to the level that they want and can. And our role is to make sure that we give Australians the tools that they need to engage in daily life with confidence, and also to guarantee that people like Odie, I thought he was so wonderful, I thought he was a person, seeing eye dogs like Odie, are able to undertake the caring role that they do. So I want to thank Odie and his mates, and Chris particularly, for taking the time to come and share their experiences with us here today. I thank you, Mr. President, for allowing Odie into the chamber, and I'll make sure that I give you a little more notice next time. But as an owner of a beautiful black Labrador just like Odie, my Lila is the most amazing animal. But I didn't realise, I think, until today, that whilst I love my Lila and I love going home because she makes me feel fantastic, the role that Odie plays in Chris's life and the role that these dogs play in people's lives around Australia just cannot be underestimated. So I thank Vision Australia, I thank Chris and Odie and all the others Today was Odie's last day as a seeing eye dog, as in active working life. He's now going to take on the role as Chris's pet.
Ruston,
but Odie, you're always welcome back in the parliament.
The Senate stands adjourned and we'll meet again.